Welcome to a world where music doesn't just top the charts, it builds empires. Imagine a group of 7 young men who started in a cramped basement, sharing a single room and dreaming of a simple Rookie of the Year trophy. Now, fast forward a decade, and they aren't just global icons. They are multi-millionaire shareholders in a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate called HYBE. We're talking about a fortune so massive, it reshaped the entire South Korean economy. But as these legends transition into a new chapter of their lives, a massive, glittering question hangs in the air. What happens to the staggering wealth they've built? We're diving deep into the ultimate power list of the Bangtan legacy. Who among them holds the most influence? How did a few gifted shares turn into a treasury that could rival small nations? Is it just about the bank account, or is there a hidden weight to carrying the crown of a global shareholder? Get ready, because we are counting down the 7 titans of the HYBE dynasty, who will truly inherit the throne of the BTS fortune. The numbers will shock you, the journey will move you, and the sheer scale of this inheritance is unlike anything the entertainment world has ever seen. Are you ready to see who sits at number 7? Let's dive into the legend of the bulletproof billionaires. Number 7. Kim Namjoon, the architect of the Silver Throne. When we talk about the fortune of BTS, we aren't just talking about digital streams or concert tickets. We are talking about the structural foundation of a financial fortress, and it all starts with the man who stood there when there was nothing but a dream and a dusty practice room. Number 7 on our list is none other than RM, the leader who didn't just lead a group, but essentially co-authored the blueprint for HYBE's multi-billion-dollar valuation. To understand Namjoon's inheritance and his massive stake in this empire, you have to look past the glitz of the Grammys and into the cold, hard logic of intellectual property. While every member received an equal initial gift of 68,385 shares from Chairman Bang Si-hyuk before Big Hit went public, a move that instantly turned them into some of the youngest, most powerful moguls in Korea, Namjoon's fortune is uniquely bolstered by his massive catalog of songwriting credits. We are talking about over 200 songs registered with the Korea Music Copyright Association. This isn't just money, it's a perpetual money machine that churns even while he sleeps. Imagine the sheer weight of responsibility. In the early days, Namjoon was the one translating the world for his brothers, and today, he is translating that cultural impact into a legacy that defines what it means to be a global shareholder. His portfolio is a sophisticated mix of high-value equity and a legendary art collection that experts say is worth millions in its own right, reflecting a man who invests in the soul as much as the stock market. But let's get into the nitty-gritty of the numbers. When HYBE's stock price fluctuates, Namjoon's net worth swings by millions of dollars in a single day. Can you even process that kind of pressure? Every time he posts a photo of a painting or a bicycle ride, the market watches. His inheritance isn't just about the cash he'll pass down, it's about the precedent he's setting for artist ownership in an industry that used to chew creators up and spit them out. He is the intellectual heir to the BTS throne, the one who ensured that Bangtan wasn't just a name, but a brand with a valuation that could sustain generations. As we look at his position at number 7, it's a testament to his role as the first pillar. He took the initial risk, stayed when things were bleak, and now he sits atop a mountain of shares that have grown exponentially since that historic IPO day in 2020. But if the leader is at number 7, who on earth could be climbing higher? Is it about the sheer volume of shares? Or is there something more personal, something more golden about the way these riches are being distributed? Namjoon's story is one of a poet becoming a tycoon, a kid from Ilsan who now holds the keys to a kingdom. He's the one who taught us that teamwork makes the dream work, but in the world of high finance, he's proving that vision makes the fortune grow. As we move up the list, the numbers only get more staggering, and the stakes get even higher. Are you ready to see who steps into the spotlight next? Because if the leader is just the beginning, you aren't prepared for the financial powerhouses waiting in the top spots. Would you like me to reveal who takes the number 6 spot and what unique asset they bring to the BTS empire? Number 6. Kim Seokjin, the strategic king of liquid gold. If you think being the worldwide handsome is Jin's only flex, wait until you see his balance sheet. Climbing to number 6 is the eldest of the dynasty, Kim Seokjin, a man whose approach to wealth is as sharp and deliberate as a grandmaster playing chess. While the world was distracted by his legendary dad jokes and his flawless vocals, Jin was quietly executing a financial masterclass that would make any Wall Street executive take notes. You see, unlike some who hold their breath with every market dip, Jin understands a fundamental rule of the elite: liquidity is power. Back in late 2021, when HYBE's stock was soaring to dizzying heights, Jin did something that sent shockwaves through the investor community. He cashed out. He sold approximately 16,000 shares, pocketing a cool $4.45 million, roughly 5.2 billion won, in a single strategic strike. While some fans worried, the financial fossils of Seoul knew exactly what he was doing. He was securing his war chest. Today, in 2026, with HYBE stock trading at a staggering 368,000 won per share, Jin still holds a massive 52,385 shares, valued at an eye-watering 19.2 billion won. But that's just the visible tip of the iceberg. Jin's inheritance and wealth aren't just tied to the K-pop machine. He has diversified into the world of luxury, real estate, and traditional entrepreneurship. We're talking about his 17.5 billion won full cash purchase of a third luxury apartment in the elite Hanam the Hill complex, a place so exclusive it's practically a sovereign state for the rich. And let's not forget his foray into the spirits industry, partnering with the legendary celebrity chef Baek Jong-won to launch Ijin, a traditional Korean liquor brand that's turning gin fluence into a tangible bottled asset. He isn't just waiting for a dividend check, he's building a multi-generational business empire that includes Japanese restaurants and high-end investments. He comes from a family of successful business owners, and it shows in every move he makes. He's the member who knows that while shares can fluctuate, land and brand are eternal. As he balances his role as the eldest brother with his status as a high-stakes investor, the question becomes, is he preparing to become the CEO of his own legacy? His portfolio is a brilliant mix of high-risk equity and rock-solid tangible assets, making him the most liquid member of the group. But if the man with the 17 billion won cash payments is only at number 6, who is sitting on the treasure chest at number 5? Is there a member whose silent diamond hands have turned a gift into a mountain of gold that even Jin's real estate empire can't touch? The gap between rich and dynasty-level wealth is about to get much, much smaller. Would you like to see who takes the number 5 spot? Number 5. Min Yoongi, the silent tycoon of the digital era. If there's one member who embodies the phrase, "still waters run deep," it's the man who once said he wanted to be a rock in his next life, only to become a mountain of gold in this one. Entering at number 5 is Min Yoongi, better known as Suga, or the legendary Agus D. While he might seem like the most reserved member of the septet, his financial footprint is loud, heavy, and incredibly strategic. In the high-stakes game of the HYBE inheritance, Yoongi is what investors call a diamond hand. Unlike Jin, who strategically liquidated some shares for cash flow, Yoongi has largely held onto his original gift of 68,385 shares. As we sit here in 2026, with HYBE's stock surging toward record highs of 370,000 won and beyond following the group's triumphant return, those shares alone are valued at a breathtaking 25.3 billion won, approx. $19 million USD. But for Yoongi, the HYBE stock is just the foundation of a much larger, more intricate financial empire. He is the group's most prolific producer mogul, and in the world of inheritance, passive income is the ultimate king. With over 160 song credits registered under his name, every time a BTS song or an Agus D track is played in a cafe in Paris, a stadium in Brazil, or a TikTok video in Seoul, Yoongi's bank account grows. We're talking about royalties that act as a perpetual inheritance, a wealth stream that doesn't rely on him being physically on stage. And let's not forget the D-Day effect. His solo world tour wasn't just a musical success, it was a financial behemoth, grossing over $57 million with just 28 shows. That kind of solo earning power is rare even among the world's biggest pop stars, and it placed him in a unique position where his personal net worth is estimated to have crossed the $50 million mark easily by 2026. His investments are equally calculated. He doesn't splash cash on fleets of cars, instead choosing the old money route of elite real estate in places like UN Village, one of the most expensive neighborhoods in Seoul where neighbors are CEOs and diplomats. He's the member who looks at a contract and sees the fine print, the one who turned the pain of his basement days into a bulletproof portfolio of stocks, copyrights, and high-value properties. He is the architect of longevity, ensuring that the BTS fortune isn't just a flash in the pan but a generational dynasty. But here's the kicker. If the man with the $57 million tour and the most royalties is only at number 5, what kind of astronomical wealth are we about to witness as we enter the top 4? Is there someone who has managed to eclipse the producer's royalties with a global brand influence so massive, it's essentially a separate economy? The air is getting thinner as we climb this mountain of billions. Would you like to know which member claims the number 4 spot and how they turned hope into a literal goldmine? Number 4. Jungkook, the golden architect of hope and profit. Step aside for the man who turned sunshine into a literal gold mine. Entering at number 4 is Jungkook, the legendary J-Hope. If Namjoon is the architect and Suga is the producer, J-Hope is the lifestyle mogul, whose financial intelligence is as sharp as his dance moves. For years, financial analysts have often pointed to Hoseok as the stealthiest, richest member, and in 2026, we can see why. While he did strategically sell 5,601 shares back in 2021 netting a cool 1.86 billion won when the stock was soaring, he remains one of the heaviest hitters in the HYBE hierarchy. Today, he holds 62,784 shares, which at current market peaks are valued at a staggering 21.7 billion won. But wait, the stock is just his day job income. J-Hope's real genius lies in how he has diversified his empire during his solo era. His Hope on the Stage World Tour was a financial nuclear bomb, grossing over $84.7 million and becoming the highest-grossing tour by a Korean solo act in history. Imagine the sheer volume of cash flowing in from 33 sold-out stadium dates. He didn't just perform. He built a brand that includes high-value documentary deals with global streaming giants and a house ambassador role for Louis Vuitton that pays him millions just to breathe in their couture. In the realm of real estate, Hoseok is playing a different game entirely. He is the master of all cash dominance. While others might take loans, J-Hope famously purchased a luxury penthouse in the Offer Hongong complex for 12 billion won and another for 10 billion won completely in cash. No mortgages, no debt. Just pure, unadulterated wealth. By 2026, his real estate portfolio alone is estimated to be worth over 27 billion won. He's the member who understood early on that hope is a brand, and brands are worth billions. When you factor in his 148-plus songwriting credits and his massive solo royalties, J-Hope isn't just an heir to the BTS fortune, he's a self-made conglomerate within a conglomerate. He has moved from being a dancer from Gwangju to a global tycoon who can influence the Kospi Index with a single Instagram post. But here is the mystery. If the man with the $84 million tour and the 27 billion won cash real estate portfolio is only at number 4, who on earth occupies the top 3? We are entering the territory of the stock billionaires, the members who held onto every single grain of gold without ever letting go. Is it the vocalists who are now sitting on the biggest mountains of shares? The battle for the top spot is getting intense, and the numbers are about to go from millionaire to dynasty level. Are you ready to see who breaks into the top 3? Number 3. Park Jimin, the angelic titan of the HYBE dynasty. Prepare yourself, because as we break into the top 3, the numbers shift from impressive to absolutely legendary. Taking the bronze medal in this financial royal rumble is Park Jimin, a man whose grace on stage is matched only by his absolute diamond hands in the boardroom. While some members strategically sold portions of their equity during the market peaks of the past few years, Jimin has famously remained a holder of the highest order. He has maintained his full original stake of 68,385 shares granted to him by Chairman Bang Si-hyuk. In this golden era of 2026, with HYBE's valuation exploding to unprecedented heights after the group's Chapter 2 global domination, and those shares alone are worth a jaw-dropping 25.3 billion won. But that's just the visible surface of a much deeper ocean of wealth. Jimin isn't just a shareholder, he is a global luxury powerhouse. His Face solo debut wasn't just a musical milestone, it was a commercial juggernaut that shattered records for soloists. And when you combine that with his unprecedented dual ambassadorship for Tiffany & Co. and Dior, you're looking at contract deals worth tens of millions of dollars. These brands don't just pay him, they treat him like a sovereign entity. Jimin's real estate portfolio is equally strategic. He famously purchased the 9-1 Hanam complex, often called the Beverly Hills of Seoul, for a staggering 5.9 billion won in cold, hard cash, and its value has since skyrocketed. But what makes Jimin's inheritance and fortune so unique is the Midas touch factor. Every piece of clothing he wears, every product he mentions, sells out in seconds, creating a Jimin economy that financial analysts estimate is worth hundreds of billions of won to the Korean economy annually. He is a master of soft power converted into hard currency. His wealth is a reflection of his perfectionism. He doesn't just earn, he cultivates a legacy that is bulletproof against market volatility. He is the member who represents the vocal soul of the empire, and his stake in HYBE ensures that as long as the company grows, his fortune will reach levels that are difficult for the average mind to comprehend. Imagine holding a piece of paper that grows by millions of dollars while you're simply practicing in a dance studio. That is the reality for the man from Busan who once wondered if he'd even make the team. Now, he owns a significant portion of the team's parent company. But if Jimin is sitting at number 3 with a flawless portfolio and maximum shares, who could possibly be higher? We are moving into the final 2, where the influence isn't just about the money in the bank, it's about the golden impact on the world and a visual power that has redefined the global market. Is the next member a visual king or a golden matinee? The heir is electric and the stakes are in the billions. Would you like to see who takes the number 2 spot? Number 2, Kim Tae-hyung, the visual emperor of the global market. Hold your breath, because at number 2, we are entering the stratosphere of wealth, where stardom meets sovereign economic influence. Kim Tae-hyung, the incomparable V, has spent the last few years proving that he isn't just a singer, he is a high-yield asset class all on his own. In the high-stakes game of HYBE inheritance, Tae-hyung is a legend for his unshakable hands. Like Jimin and Jungkook, he is one of the elite matinee line members who has reportedly retained his full original stake of 68,385 common shares. As we navigate the explosive market of February 2026, with HYBE trading at a massive 355,000 won per share following the announcement of the Arirang World Tour, Taehyung's base stock equity alone is valued at an astronomical 24.3 billion won. But in the world of edutainment finance, we know that shares are just the foundation. Why does V edge out into the number 2 spot? It's because of the V effect, a marketing phenomenon so powerful it has literally altered the financial trajectories of some of the world's oldest luxury houses. When Taehyung became the face of Cartier and Celine, the results weren't just likes on Instagram, they were historic revenue surges. Cartier's parent company, Richemont, reported all-time high jewelry sales of 14.2 billion euros during his tenure, and Celine saw an eye-popping 513% increase in sales in Korea alone. Analysts estimate that a single earned media value post from Taehyung is now worth over $1.5 million. He isn't just an ambassador, he is a silent partner in the global luxury economy. His real estate moves are equally legendary. In late 2025, just before his military discharge, Taehyung made a power move that redefined luxury, purchasing a breathtaking duplex penthouse in the PH 129 complex in Cheongdam-dong for 14.2 billion won, paid entirely in cash. This isn't just an apartment, it's a sky mansion in the most expensive building in South Korea, a fortress of glass and marble reflecting a man who has achieved old money status before the age of 30. With a total estimated net worth hovering between $35 million and $40 million in 2026, Taehyung has successfully converted his secret member origin story into a narrative of absolute commercial dominance. He is the heir who took the visual soul of BTS and turned it into a multi-continental financial empire. But here is the question that will keep you up at night. If the man who crashed Cartier's website and bought a 14 billion won penthouse in cash is only at number 2, who on earth sits on the absolute throne? Who is the golden member whose solo records, global partnerships, and massive shareholdings have created a fortune so vast it stands alone at the top of the pyramid? The answer lies with the one who has spent 2025 and 2026 breaking every single record in existence. Are you ready for the final reveal? Who is the number 1 heir to the BTS billions? Number 1. Jungkook, the unrivaled sovereign of the Golden Empire. And here we are at the absolute summit of this multi-billion-dollar mountain. Entering at number 1 is the golden maknae himself, Jungkook. If the other members are titans of industry, Jungkook is essentially a sovereign economic force in a class of his own. In the high-stakes game of HYBE inheritance, Jungkook is the ultimate diamond hand king. He has famously never liquidated a single share of his original 68,385 common stock endowment. As we stand in early 2026, with the HYBE World Tour announcement sending HYBE shares to a 4-year high of 346,001, Jungkook's stock portfolio alone is worth an incredible 23.6 billion won. But wait, that's just the beginning. The reason Jungkook takes the crown is the sheer, overwhelming scale of his solo commercial dominance. His solo album Golden didn't just break records, it demolished them, making him the first Korean soloist to stay on the Billboard 200 for over 16 consecutive weeks. His hit 7 became the fastest song in Spotify history to hit 1 billion streams, and as of 2026, it has crossed a mind-bending 2.7 billion streams. In the world of royalties, these numbers translate into a digital inheritance that will flow for decades, but the golden factor extends far beyond the charts. In 2025 and 2026, Jungkook's brand value reached a level previously unseen in K-pop. After a historic run as the face of Calvin Klein, which saw the brand's social engagement skyrocket by thousands of %, he made a massive power move in 2026 by becoming the global ambassador for Chanel fragrance and beauty. Analysts estimate his endorsement contracts now command upwards of $5 million to $10 million per deal. His real estate moves are equally alpha, from gifting a 4 billion won apartment to his brother to building a massive 3-story luxury mansion in the heart of Itaewon, a project worth over 10 billion won that has become a landmark of celebrity wealth in Seoul. By 2026, with a total estimated net worth soaring toward $50 million, Jungkook isn't just inheriting a portion of BTS'S fortune. He is the engine driving the next generation of the empire's growth. He is the member who proves that being the youngest doesn't mean standing in the shadows, it means having the longest runway to build the biggest kingdom. He is the ultimate heir, the one who took the golden title and turned it into a reality of stocks, real estate, and global influence that stands unmatched at the top of the pyramid. He is the crown prince of the HYBE dynasty, and his throne is built on a foundation of pure, unadulterated success. This concludes our deep dive into the 7 heirs of the BTS fortune. Each member has carved out a unique path to billionaire status, proving that the Bangtan legacy is as much about financial genius as it is about musical talent.